Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I wanted to get into a lesson starting off in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter and the 1st verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. That's right. And how is it that we measure the time diligently in itself? By watching. Okay, seeing what's going on around the world, seeing what's going on in the news and filtering it through the scriptures. Okay, that's how we measure the time diligently in itself. Okay, that's how we understand what time that we're in. Okay, continuing on. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that as the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. That's right. And how is it that the highest is beginning to visit the world which he made? Okay, you see that the Lord is visiting this place by way of these plagues. Okay, you see that these plagues are being sent. Famine, pestilence, and sword. Okay, we know these things will escalate. These things will intensify heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and we also know that the Lord is visiting this place by way of his prophets. Okay, you see that the Lord has his prophets out on the highways and hedges, preaching his word in truth and sincerity, warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come. Okay, and telling you other nations your judgment. Okay, so we understand how the Lord is beginning to visit this place. Okay, so I'll get a quick precept. All right. And I'll come back to that. Let me go to Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter and the 7th verse. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Okay, and we understand that the watchmen are the prophets. Okay, continuing on. Therefore, thou shalt hear the word at my mouth. Okay, and we understand that the Lord speaks through his prophets. Okay, we're not speaking our own words. We're speaking the words of the Lord. Okay, continuing on. And warn them from me. That's right. It says, and warn them from me. And that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, we're telling our people that the Lord will bring plagues upon this place. Okay, we already see that these plagues are being sent. But like I just mentioned, we know that it's going to intensify. We know that it's going to escalate heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so let me go back to that in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. And I'll start the 2nd verse again. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and we're seeing the earthquakes that's going on throughout the earth. Okay, and we're also seeing earthquaking events occur throughout the earth. Okay, continuing on, and uproars of the people in the world. Okay, and we're seeing the uproars of the people in the world, man. Okay, we're seeing it. All right, we're seeing more and more people come up against the government. Okay, we're seeing more and more people displeased about the things that's going on under the rulership of Esau Edom. Okay, so we understand that it's going to intensify, it's going to escalate, it's going to get worse heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so let me go ahead and get what else I had. Let me go to 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, and I'll go to the 14th verse. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. That's right, so we understand that it's drawing near. Okay, continuing on. And one people shall stand up and fight against another. That's right. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. What is it that this is going into? Civil unrest. Okay, continuing on. And swords in their hands. That's right. It says, and swords in their hands. Okay, and we understand that a sword is a killing instrument. Okay, so we understand that it's going to be a lot of bloodshed going on throughout the time of Jacob's trouble, man, is going to get extremely bad out here. When you look around, you see that a lot of these people are going to these gun stores, okay, loading up, on these guns, loading up on all these different type of weapons, okay, loading up on the ammo, okay. You're seeing these people do these things right now, man, okay, and we know, man, that it's going to be used, man, okay, during the time of Jacob's trouble, man, okay. It's going to be worse than anything that we ever been through, man, worse than anything we ever experienced. Is going to be worse than slavery, okay. That's how bad it's going to become out here during the time of Jacob's trouble, okay. The scripture goes into it in Matthew the 24th chapter about how the love of many shall wax cold, okay. So it's going to be like every man for himself out here during the time of Jacob's trouble, man, okay. We know, man, it's going to be bodies throughout these cities, man, okay. So I'll continue on. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, okay. And I want to get that word sedition, okay. Let me get that word sedition on the online etymology. All right. When you go into the word sedition on online etymology, it goes into rebellion, uprising, revolt. Okay. And it also, let me go down. It also goes into civil disorder. Okay. So we understand that these things will intensify, okay? These are the things that we're seeing now, but we know it's going to get worse heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. So let me read this from the top again. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. That's right, it says, and invading one another. So we know there's going to be people that's going to be getting assaulted out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, it's going to be people that's going to get put to death and get their goods took right up off of them, man. Okay, these are the things that's going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, it's going to be places that's going to be getting looted. Okay, buildings getting burnt down, man. Okay, it's going to be worse than anything we ever been through before. Continuing on. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. That's right, it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes. So we understand these people, they're not going to care what the mayor has to say or what the governor has to say. These people are going to be out here doing whatever it is that they want to do. Okay, continuing on. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's right. So these people, they're not going to have to go to the governor or go to the government to sign off on what it is that they want to do. Man, these people are going to be doing whatever it is that they want to do out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, taking matters into their own hands, man. Okay, it's going to be women that's going to get raped out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we know there's going to be people that's going to be getting put to death throughout these cities. Okay, we know, man, it's going to be extremely bad out here, and we're constantly warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come. Okay, we know that martial law will be declared. Okay, we know it's going to be people that's going to be hauled off to these concentration camps. Okay, we understand that it's going to be people that's going to get their doors kicked in. Okay, whole households getting put to death, getting their goods took. Okay, a lot of you are going to see your babies get put to death right before you. Okay, we understand that these things will be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, so let me get this in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, and I'll start the 7th verse. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and we understand that we're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. Okay, but we know that it's going to get a lot worse than what you see right now. Like I just mentioned, we know that martial law will be declared. We know there's going to be troops in these cities. We know there's going to be checkpoints. We know people will be hauled off to concentration camps. We know there's going to be women that's going to get raped. We understand that it's going to be babies that's going to get put to death. Okay, we understand that cannibalism will be going on. Okay, we understand it's going to be worse than anything we ever experienced before. These are the things that's going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we know the scripture goes into it in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12 about how the devil should come down with great wrath because he knew that they had but a short time, roughly paraphrasing. So we know, man, these damn devils, they're getting ready to roll, man. Okay, and it's going to be worse than anything that we ever been through before, man. Okay, And I'll continue on while I read from top again. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. That last for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That's right. Who's that he that's going to be saved out of it? We understand that he is speaking about the elect, that remnant that the Lord will protect and deliver. Okay. And with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect. And I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.